Wisconsin man fired for refusing to use preferred pronouns and is now appealing to the Trump administration. I'm actually surprised that this is happening today. I'm actually surprised that a company had the balls to actually do this to an employee after Donald Trump got elected. I thought for the vast majority of situations, we were past this ridiculousness, but I guess we're not. And I believe this man is appealing to the Trump administration on the basis of religious freedom. So it could be a little bit hairy. So Spencer Wimmer, a Wisconsin man, is asking the Trump administration to intervene after he says he was fired for refusing to use preferred pronouns that conflict with a person's biological sex, forcing him, he claims, to choose between his livelihood and his faith. So, when it comes to religious people and transgenders, I think there's a lot of reasons why religious people would not want to call someone a sex or a gender that they don't believe the person is. And it has nothing to do with trying to make them feel bad or attempting to create an environment that's hostile. I think one of the reasons is they just don't want to lie to them. They don't believe it is moral to lie to someone. They believe that by them affirming this delusion, they feel like they are actually harming the person. So, it's a perfectly rational argument for a religious person to be like, listen, this goes against my religion. Why should I call this person something I believe is harming them? That's how I believe. I believe if you are enabling some sort of action that you believe is harming someone, you shouldn't say that thing or you shouldn't do that thing, no matter how innocuous others might think it is. While the Trump administration has moved to roll back DEI and gender ideology, workplace requirements, Wimmer, a devout Christian, argues that private citizens are still experiencing workplace discrimination tied to such politics. Now, after filing a religious discrimination complaint through Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty to the Trump U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, he says he hopes President Donald Trump will do something about it. In an interview with Fox Digital, Wimmer said he had worked hard to be a model employee. So let's go to this interview that Wimmer did. This is the man himself. He's got a pretty sweet mustache. I give that to you, sir. Nice mustache. But let me tell you, the beard is better. Beard and then mustache. And then, yes, I think beards are superior. But still, hey, it looks good. It works for him. But this is the interview that he gave where he talks about this whole situation. He had been at this company for, I guess, a long time. So this is not like he was causing trouble after just being hired and then he was fired for not using these preferred pronouns. From what I understand, this is not a situation where he said any mean type of slur to someone who considered themselves to be, I guess, transgender. No, he simply wanted to call the individual the pronouns of their sex at birth, which, come on. Why would you have a problem with that? Especially if the person has religious views and believes they are lying to you if they call you anything else. But this is this individual, talking about this whole debacle. Look.
I started at Generac as a entry-level customer support agent. Within 3 years, I had as many promotions, like one every year, to the point where within 3 years, I was actually in leadership and I had 13 people directly reporting to me. My performance reviews were glowing.
Spencer Wimmer worked at Generac for almost 5 years and earned excellent performance reviews. But when he told his supervisor that his deeply held Christian beliefs prevented him from using the preferred names and pronouns of transgender employees, the company's opinion of him changed immediately.
There was never any complaint against me.
Wait a second. So he didn't even call a transgender person by the pronouns. He just told his superiors that he couldn't do it. Is that what I'm understanding here? So the incident never even happened. He just went to his higher ups and he was like, listen, I'm religious. I have this belief. I have this view. I hold it very deeply. So I just want to let you know, I want to give you a heads up that if I ever got in this situation, I because of my religion, because of my faith, I just couldn't do it. And they fired him because of that? Is that what I'm understanding here? That's what it appears happened. I don't think an incident ever happened, but let's continue.
What happened was my beliefs were discovered. I confided in my supervisor, who I had considered a friend, what my beliefs were.
Generic had
I wonder if his supervisor was a woman. That's what I want to know. I want to know if his supervisor was a woman, and then I want to know if she was a feminist or is a feminist. I feel like the odds of that are pretty high, but I could be wrong. It could be a guy too. You never know how politics work in these corporations.
No policy requiring employees to use any particular references when addressing other employees, and no employee complaint was ever.
Wait a second. So there's no actual policy in like the employee handbook?
Employees, and no employee.
But I gotta rewind here.
Generic had no policy requiring employees to use any particular references.
There wasn't even a policy? So he got fired because he said he did not want to call people their preferred pronouns. Instead, he wanted to refer to them based on their pronoun of birth, like their sex pronouns. And this company fired him, and there was no policy even in place that required this. He might have a pretty rock solid case here.
This is when addressing other employees, and no employee complaint was ever filed against Spencer.
My focus was always on being professional, being respectful, and creating a professional work environment where we are going to improve as a team and just improve the company in general and have higher returns for the company.
Despite a sterling performance record, Generac fired Spencer just weeks after discovering his religious beliefs.
I have a feeling this company is screwed. I mean, you have no employee handbook that says this, no policy handbook or whatever these companies have. There was no incident even reported. There's no gotcha where, hey, you said something mean to an employee, therefore you got fired. There's no justification for this other than the fact that he has religious beliefs and he told his supervisors about these religious beliefs. I mean, how could a company escape from this? I don't think they can. I think they kind of stepped in it. I think they've got a problem here.
Generac actively went out of their way to remove me due to my beliefs. They considered me having these beliefs and my unwillingness to affirm the beliefs that they espoused to be harassment.
After terminating Spencer, the company immediately escorted him off of its.
Okay, hold on. Before we go further, I want to see what Generac actually does. Generac. This is Generac. Standby generators, portable power solutions, solar battery storage, EV chargers. Let's see. Owner support. More. Do they have like an about section? Where is the LGBTQ flag? I am looking for it. I mean, there is a woman front and center on the homepage of the website, but I want to know where the LGBTQ flag is. Let's go down. Let's see. Is there an about section? I want to find investors. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Wait. Sustainability. That is for sure a red flag. As a total energy solutions company and leader in the energy evolution, we remain focused on enhancing our product and operational sustainability, as well as empowering our employees around the world. Is there like a structure, like an about section that shows like some of the higher ups at Generac? So I'm not finding any of this. Okay, let's go back to this. I don't want to dabble on that too long. I just kind of want to know what it actually was. Okay, let's go back to this guy.
Its premises. Spencer's office items, including his personal Bible, were later returned to him badly damaged.
I go to church anytime they're open, very involved.
Wait, hold on a second. They messed up his office supplies and his Bible? Did I hear that correctly? They ransacked his office?
Harassment.
After terminating Spencer, the company immediately escorted him off of its premises. Spencer's office items, including his personal Bible, were later returned to him badly damaged.
I go to church as anytime they're open, very involved with the church community, Bible study consistently. Like, my faith is extremely important to me.
We believe that what Generac did to Spencer was unnecessary, inappropriate, and illegal under Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
My faith has actually grown through this. Having to openly choose God, my love for God, over myself, over my job.
Spencer should not be forced to affirm the claimed gender identities of others over his own religious beliefs. Will has filed a complaint with United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission as the first step in securing for Spencer and so many others the right to be free from religious discrimination in the workplace.
Okay, so Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act is this. It shall be unlawful employment practice for an employer to fail or refuse to hire or to discharge any individual or otherwise to discriminate against any individual with respect to his compensation terms, conditions, or privileges of employment because of such individual's race, color, religion, sex, national origin, or to limit, segregate, or classify his employees or applicants for employment in any way which would deprive or tend to deprive any individual of employment opportunities or otherwise adversely affect his status as an employee because of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. So, if what is being said by this guy, what was his name again? Wimmer? If what is being said is true, they had no reason to fire him other than him telling his higher-ups that he was religious. There's no incident. And they just fired him. He had been with the company for a long time. I mean, this kind of sounds like a clear-cut case to me. I'm not a civil rights attorney, but I think I do have a certain amount of common sense. I feel like there's this company is kind of screwed. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you think this guy is going to win a big fat lawsuit? I think so. I think he's going to be very happy in a few years with a bunch of money in the bank. That's how clear cut this case seems to be. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. But until then, I'll see you on the next one.